The outside of a horse is good for the inside of a man. And that is a quote that I use frequently and to remind me what I'm doing. My name is Rachel Gilmore, and I am the founder of Equine Escape. I have been interested in horses since I was 9 years old, and my parents decided to build a house in Goodrich, Michigan, which was directly across from a horse farm. So I started doing some research, and I found equine assisted learning, and it seemed like a good fit for myself and my community. Equine assisted learning is a learning experience that is horse themed. So the horse is the partner, and you use the horse in the learning experience. Horses don't judge. When somebody comes to them, they don't realize their age, their gender, their sex, their economic status. All the stuff that we carry with us is gone. It is a very safe place, and it's a good place for a learning experience to occur. You see a lot of self-confidence, self-worth. Currently, Equine Escape is working with at-risk youth, and in June of 2017, we will be certified to work with veterans. Our short-term goal at Equine Escape is to get certified to be able to work with the at-risk youth, and also to have our certification in working with the veterans, and also to establish a strong relationship with our school system. I got sick in 2010, and I went through some chemotherapy, and then in 2013 I was diagnosed with a rare disease called common variable immune deficiency disease. I started to give a few lessons a week, and I started listening to the parents. The parents were making comments as to the changes and the behaviors of their kids since they had started coming out to our farm and being with the horses. I have a specific client that is probably one of the kids that has driven me over the last few years. We had a young boy that was in our 4-H group that had Asperger's, and he would not interact with the rest of us. He wouldn't talk to the rest of the kids. A lot of times he had to be separated out. And I decided, well, let's just put him on a horse and see what happens. At first he was a little bit nervous, and he didn't, typically wouldn't make eye contact with us. After 2 weeks, every time he was on the horse, he talked nonstop. At Equine Escape, anybody can volunteer as long as they have gone through volunteer training. That's usually a few hours on a weekend day, specifically so we can go over safety, because that is a huge issue at Equine Escape. You are working with 1,000-pound animals, so we have to make sure everybody understands how to keep everybody safe. Also, the high schools, a requirement for high school students is to obtain a certain amount of volunteer hours, and they can do that at Equine Escape. Our horses at Equine Escape are very much individuals. Our one horse we have, his name is Woodrow. He is an amazing horse. My daughter takes him out and shows him, and he is a very high-driven athlete. We have another horse, her name is Ima, and she is like a big Labrador. So she is the horse that is always just easygoing, whatever you want to do. She's very, very laid back. And then our last horse per se that we have on our farm at Equine Escape is Bugsy, and he's a miniature mule. And he is just absolutely funny. The essence of Equine Escape. Winston Churchill said, "The outside of a horse is good for the inside of a man." And that is a quote that I use frequently and to remind me what I'm doing.